Hey guys, welcome in for Truth Talks. It's about that time of the day, time of the afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever part of the world that you're in. Welcome in from Phoenix, Arizona. Make sure you share this video out. Today we are going to have a talk about what to do when the very thing that you know in your heart of hearts makes you happy is the same thing that's drowning you. You feel like it's going to suffocate you to death. And so welcome in. My name is Marcy Batiste, your ultimate power coach, America's #1 reality-based success recovery trainer, here to help you get over it and take ownership of your life, relationships, and business. And we are here for Truth Talks, which is real talks for real people going through real stuff. And so to this conversation, as you guys know, about a week or so ago, I changed the format of Truth Talks to a question and answer forum. And this question came in from a viewer from the video I did yesterday. And the question literally was, I know that family is the thing that makes me happy. I know family is the thing that makes me happy. But what if the thing that makes you happy is also the thing you're drowning in? You feel like that's the thing that is suffocating you. And it's tough when it's family. It's tough when it's family because so many of us want this relationship, and we want this family dynamic to look a certain kind of way. And we have to then start swallowing the fact that it might not look the way we want it to look. It might not be going the way we want it to go. But this is what I told the person who submitted the question. I said, if family is truly the thing that makes you happy, and that's a big if, because we don't. Do you know that for sure? Have we tested that? So that's the first thing. You got to be clear about, is this really the thing that makes me happy, or is this the thing that I want to make me happy? Is it the thing that everyone's told me was going to make me happy? Is this the thing that I planned to make me happy? Because it might not be that thing. And so I said, if family truly is the thing that makes you happy, then it's a management issue. It's a management issue. And it really is that simple. You guys know the reality-based coaching, reality-based training is always about being in 100% in touch 100% with what is reality, taking 100% responsibility, assuming 100% ownership over your happiness. So in the context of if family is the thing that makes me happy, maybe it's not. Maybe that's really not your thing that's going to give you the fulfillment that you're looking for, is going to make you feel enriched, like you're building a legacy, or whatever that case may be. So you have to be willing to question your beliefs first and foremost. You got to be willing to challenge what you think and how that looks in your life and how you're creating it. So give you guys an example. It's like, let's say, so I have 30 plus years in as a career banker. In that, as an executive leader, one of my responsibilities was to create disaster contingency plans and emergency management, emergency response plans. And in that, you have to take every aspect of the business and you have to break it down. And you have to look at every element, every business line, everything, and come up with, you have a set of standard operating procedures, and then you have a set of emergency response procedures, and the two have to line up to be able to run the business either in an ultimate scenario or in an emergency response scenario. And so when we say the same thing that makes me happy is the same thing that's drowning me, the same thing that I feel is going to suffocate me to death, it's a management issue, in that either your standard operating procedures are out of whack, or you don't have a contingency plan. So let's go with the premise that our standard operating procedures are out of whack. Have you sat down to take a look at what you want that family dynamic to look like. And then you have to make sure that everyone involved understands what those things are, what that means, what the impact is, what their contribution is. If you haven't had those conversations with family and you have a certain set of expectations, well, it's probably is going to go awry. There's a strong possibility it's going to go awry. Flip side, we've had the conversation, everybody's came to the table, we're in agreement, everybody's in alignment that yes, this is how we want our family to look, this is how we want our family to operate, this is the dynamic we want to have, this is who's in charge of this is who's in charge of that. Everybody knows we're firing on all cylinders, and some reason you still aren't happy. For some reason, somebody goes rogue, and it's not going the way you thought that it was going to go. Well, now we're looking at our contingency plan. We're looking at the backup plan to say, okay, if this was in our original standard operating procedures for this family, and this piece is out of whack, what in our contingency plan do we have that counteracts that? How do we counterbalance that, right? It's like when your family blows up, if you think of it in the context of a house fire, for instance. So there might be a kitchen fire, right? In which case you're going to throw a little bit of water, unless it's an electric stove. I had to be told from the fire department you're not supposed to throw water on an electric stove. You should use flour. But anyway, I digress. That's just me, little tip, safety tip number one. So you have a kitchen fire, the little fire. So you douse some water on it. A little bit bigger fire, oh shoot, I better bring in the fire extinguisher and get that out from under the cabinet, and hopefully as part of your contingency plan you know how to operate it, right? And then there's the 5 alarm, where you're like, snap, the whole place is burning down. And when you get to the point where the whole place is burning down, when you feel like what started out as a management issue in the family has now erupted to the point where everything is in jeopardy, the whole entire relationship is in jeopardy. You're having conversations about separation or divorce or things like that. You're having conversations, maybe it's not with your spouse, but it's other dynamics in the family have gone awry, and you ain't spoke to your mother in the last 5 years. That's a 5 alarm. That's a 5 alarm fire. You have to bring in reserves. Dousing the water, throwing the flour, pulling out the fire extinguisher ain't gonna get it. It's time to call in professional help. And so the same thing happens in relationship management, in life management, in business management. You have to know when it's time to call in help, and so I look at my role, for instance, as a coach, as being like the fire department. So when it's out of whack, it's bigger than what you feel like you can manage, your standard operating procedures aren't working, your backup plan or your contingency plan aren't working, it's a 5 alarm, and it's time to call your coach. It's time to bring in the fire department. If my house is burning down, I don't care what fire department you came from. I want Chandler here. I want Gilbert here. If you're the city of Phoenix, if y'all available, Mesa, come on through. I need you to fix this. I need you to fix it. And that's that's how I view the coaching relationship in many ways. It's like being the fire department, coming in to say, okay, we got this. Now together, we'll come up with a plan. And that's that management piece where we're looking at if the thing that you think is making you is supposed to make you happy feels like it's suffocating you, it feels like it's drowning you, it's time to call in help. It's time to get an outside opinion and say, this is my situation. And you got to be 100%. Like, you have to be completely transparent with it. You have to be 100% honest. I tell people, like, I think I'm really good about meeting you where you are, But I can't do that if I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are. Like, I have to know where you are in, the process in order to meet you there. I don't ever expect that someone's automatically going to know how to get to the next level or get to where they need to go. Sometimes you do need somebody to take your hand and say, okay, let's go this way. Take this right turn, take this left turn. It's like MapQuest, right? Gotta have it. Does MapQuest even exist anymore? I don't know. I don't think so. Google Maps. Yeah, Google Maps. Here I come. 21st century. But anyway, so that's my answer, you guys. If the thing that you think is supposed to make you happy is truly drowning you, you feel like it's suffocating you, and you've done your clarity work to make sure that the thing that you think makes you happy really is the thing that makes you happy, then we look at, it's a management issue. So now, what do my operating procedures say? How is it supposed to look? What did I have in plan? What procedures did I have in place to ensure that this is going to go the way that I want, or at least to give us the best opportunity for achieving the goals or the objectives for the family or the situation or the business or whatever the case may be. So clarity, standard operating procedures, contingency plan, right? So you got your backup plan, your contingency plan. And you have to think that through. You can't build a contingency plan when the house is already on fire. You already need to know 911. You already need to know where the fire extinguisher is. You already need to know, like I didn't know when I was 12 and set the house on fire, that you don't put you don't put water on an electric stove. And I'm thinking I did a good thing. The fireman, he starts fussing at me, and I'm like, well, you ungrateful. Like, I did your job for you. But anyway, like I said, I digress. But you can't create the contingency plan, the disaster recovery in the midst of the disaster. It has to be done at the beginning. And when it blows up, call for help. Call for help. But here's the thing, and this is the last thing before I go. A lot of times we try and do that all on our own. And sometimes you need someone with a history in creating procedures, developing standard operating procedures, developing contingency plans to help you build out what yours is going to look like. And it's always going to be customized. One size does not fit all. Every business is different. Every family is different. Every dynamic is different. And so really being able to break all those areas down and create the plan that works for you, and then and only then are you able to start experiencing the happiness that you're looking for. You're able to, because now with your operating procedures and your contingency plan, you truly are crafting that custom fitted life. That's what this is all about, you guys. That's what this is all about. Don't ever let the thing that you feel makes you, don't let it destroy you. If it's supposed to make you happy, let it make you happy. Do the things that we need to do to get to the place where you truly are happy. And it might be eliminating that thing. It might be going to our disaster contingency plan. So that's the word for today. That was my question. And again, remember, this is an asked and answered now, so please submit questions to my inbox. It's open 24/7, 365, and I look forward to hearing some feedback. If you guys have more questions on this or anything else, feel free to hit me up. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you get over it and take ownership of your life, relationships, and businesses so that you can create your custom fitted life. It's so possible, you guys. It's so possible. So that's it for me today, guys. I will talk to y'all probably tomorrow for another Truth Talks conversation, and we'll see what the question of the day for tomorrow will be. Have a great night, guys. Talk to you later. Oh, and as always, thanks for living life on Mars with me and being part of the Ultimate Power Team. Talk to you guys later.